F.E.A.R wasn't just another horror shooter. In 2005, it was the benchmark for graphics, physics, and enemy AI. A game so ahead of its time that even modern shooters struggle to match what it pulled off. But to get it running on consoles, they had to butcher it. And I've got the 360 version right here to prove it. When F.E.A.R launched on PC, it was basically a flex. Monolith built it on their Jupiter EX engine, and it pushed hardware harder than almost any shooter that year. Dynamic lighting and shadows everywhere, every muzzle flash, every flickering bulb, every spark cast real shadows. Volumetric smoke that reacted to bullets. Particle effects that filled entire rooms during firefights. Physics-driven debris that made every gunfight look like a John Woo movie filmed inside a fireworks factory. And this wasn't pre-baked. This wasn't scripted. F.E.A.R was doing this in real time in 2005, when most shooters were still using flat lighting and static shadows. It looked ridiculous for its era, and it still holds up today. But the real star wasn't the graphics, it was the AI, and this is where F.E.A.R became legendary. Monolith built something called GOAP, Goal-Orientated Action Planning. Instead of enemies following a script, they made decisions. They flanked you. They suppressed you. They vaulted over cover, kicked down doors and coordinated attacks. They reacted to your flashlight, your noise, your position. This wasn't AI for 2005. This was AI that embarrasses games released today. F.E.A.R's soldiers feel like real people, trying to kill you, not cardboard targets waiting to be shot. And that's why the combat still feels so damn good. F.E.A.R also hit a tone that no one else was doing at the time. Most horror shooters leaned into the monsters or the gore, but F.E.A.R went down the psychological route. It mixed J-horror influences, paranormal hallucinations, uncanny timing, and a constant feeling that you were being watched. Alma wasn't a boss fight, she was a presence, a threat, a reminder that no matter how powerful you felt in combat, you were still completely out of your depth. That contrast, the power fantasy gunfights versus the helpless horror moments, is what made F.E.A.R feel unique. But here's the thing, F.E.A.R was built for high-end PCs, so when it came time to port it to consoles, especially the Xbox 360, they had to gut it. The lighting was simplified, shadows were reduced, particle effects were toned down and the textures downgraded, physics were cut back, and the AI routines were simplified to keep the frame rate stable. The Xbox 360 version works, but it's basically F.E.A.R with its teeth filed down. If you only played it on console, you never saw the game the way that Monolith intended. And honestly, that's why the PC version is still the definitive way to play, even to this day. F.E.A.R is one of those rare games that nailed everything it set out to do. It pushed graphics, physics and AI further than almost any other shooter of its era. It blended horror and action in a way that still feels fresh, and it set a standard for enemy behaviour that most studios still haven't caught up to. This wasn't just a good horror first-person shooter, it was a technological milestone. And next time we'll be diving into the expansions, Extraction Point and Perseus Mandate, and how they changed the formula. If you want more deep dives into forgotten or underrated games, stick around. F.E.A.R is just the beginning.